world of Muay Thai, one name stands above the rest: Rodtang Jitmuangnon, the Iron Man, a relentless force of nature forged in the dirt-poor streets of Thailand, who clawed his way to the top of one championship. This isn't just a story of a fighter, it's a tale of grit, heart, and pure, unfiltered destruction. Buckle up, because we're diving into the life, the rise, and the legendary battles of the undisputed king of the flyweight division. Born on July 23, 1997, in southern Thailand, Rodtang Jitmuangnon started training in Muay Thai when he was just 7 years old. A year later, he fought for the first time, stepping into the ring to help support his family. By the age of 10, he was already fighting professionally. At 14, chasing bigger dreams, Rodtang moved to Bangkok to join the renowned Jitmuangnon Gym. Over the next few years, he racked up more than 250 wins before turning 21, collecting prestigious titles like the Max Muay Thai 125-pound championship and the Omnoi Stadium 130-pound belt. The Iron Man was being forged.
มีอะไรครับแบบว่ามันเป็นพอดีมันจะมีค่ายมวยอยู่ข้างๆบ้านแล้วแบบเพื่อนๆน้องๆที่เรียนด้วยกันเขาก็ซ้อมอยู่นั่นผมก็เลยคิดว่า
In 2016, at just 19 years old, Rodtang stepped into the spotlight for the Max Muay Thai Championship, his first major title shot. Across the ring stood Pech Perkan Korklanbut, a seasoned veteran with power, experience, and a size advantage. He danced just out of reach, slipping punches with slick head movements and footwork that made him look like he had cheat codes activated. Even against a larger opponent, Rodtang flipped the script, manhandling his bigger opponent like a street brawler in a video game. By the final bell, Rodtang had ragdolled the veteran and earned his first Muay Thai title, the Max Championship belt. The very next month, Rodtang squared off against the same adversary to defend his freshly claimed title. From the opening bell, he wasted no time unloading heavy artillery, ripping power shots, slipping in a sneaky spinning elbow, and, just for fun, launched a flying tomahawk right into the chaos. As the final seconds ticked away, Rodtang wasn't done showing off. He threw in a wild cartwheel kick for good measure, uncorking a flashy cartwheel kick like a showman stealing the spotlight, making it crystal clear the belt was staying right where it belonged. After a dominant winning streak, Rodtang took his talents to Japan, stepping into enemy territory to challenge the unbeaten hometown hero, Tenshin Nasukawa, for the Rise promotion title. Tenshin, riding an impressive 25-fight undefeated streak, had already claimed knockout victories over former Lumpini Stadium champions, making this a true clash of titans. Right from the opening bell, Rodtang stormed center stage like he owned the joint, marching forward with zero chill. Tenshin was quick as a cat on caffeine, danced back with slick footwork and peppered Rodtang with punches sharper than a sushi knife. After a few sharp exchanges, the fight erupted into a wild brawl. Defense took a backseat. It became a test of toughness and heart. The Iron Man cranked up the heat, dishing out body kicks like a chef serving spicy specials. The samurai fires back, returning the favor with his own brand of pain. The battle was so evenly matched, it spilled into an extra round. Every strike was thrown with everything they had left. But when the dust settled, the judges sided with their hometown hero. Following a controversial decision, Rodtang wasted no time, jumping back into the ring to face seasoned veteran Mongkongkao Sorsemai in his hometown. In the beginning of the rounds, Mongkongkao landed clean counters and Rodtang marched through them unfazed. Mongkongkao's firing back with kicks, trying to keep the Iron Man at bay, but Rodtang is eating them like snacks. As the rounds progressed, Rodtang's signature durability came into play. He walked through Mongkongkao's best weapons, cranking up the pressure like a machine. Round 4, Rodtang unleashed a left hook so powerful it didn't just rock his opponent, it rearranged his sense of direction, leaving him stumbling like he just got off the world's fastest tuk-tuk. Smelling blood, Rodtang went full predator mode, unleashing a furious combo with nowhere to run. And just when his opponent thought the storm had passed, Rodtang fired off a left hook so spicy it could have seasoned an entire Bangkok food stall, sending his opponent on a first-class flight to dreamland. After making a name for himself in Thailand's most prestigious stadiums, Rodtang took the next big leap, signing with One Championship, Asia's premier combat sports organization. His debut came against Surinamese Dutch Muay Thai kickboxer Sergio Wilzen, marking the beginning of a new chapter on the global stage.
It could be broad.
Rodtang timed Sergio flawlessly, catching his leg midair and instantly drilling a sharp jab into his body, knocking the wind right out of him. Rodtang swiftly snagged Sergio's front kick, unload a vicious barrage of right jabs that snapped Sergio's head back. Before Sergio could regain his bearings, Rodtang unleashed a thunderous left hook to the chin, the punch landing with devastating power. Sergio's legs betrayed him, wobbling like they were auditioning for a wild dance-off before he crumpled to the canvas. Rodtang's pace and power were starting to show their effect, but Sergio's heart was evident as he fired back with strikes, still trying to establish a rhythm.
Overhand elbow from Rodtang. He's marching forward.
However, Rodtang continued to dominate in terms of sheer aggression and control. By the final bell, there was no doubt Rodtang secured a dominant victory by a landslide.
Blue corner, Rodtang Jitmuangnon.
He is quite simply on another level, Rodtang. The respect there, tremendous.
Fresh off a killer debut, Rodtang squared up with Tunisian striker Farid Khaled. The crowd barely had time to settle in when the Iron Man roared out of the gate, a head kick crashing down like a thunderbolt, dropping Khaled for the count in a flash. Both fighters cranked up the intensity, delivering non-stop action that had the crowd roaring. Even a flying roundhouse kick made it onto the menu. Rodtang maintained control from start to finish, unleashing his signature aggression and unshakable confidence. Round after round, he brought the fireworks, pure chaos the fans were screaming for. When the dust settled, Rodtang wasn't just walking away with the victor, he had won the hearts of the fans. Riding a wave of victories, Rodtang squared off against Francis Hakim Hamesh, a former WBC Muay Thai featherweight champion. From the opening bell, Rodtang rolled in with heavy artillery, ripping shots to the body and taking command of center stage.
Already the heavy artillery being launched in the opening round. It kicks to the midsection from the tank, Rodtang. Hakim Hamesh stung with that left hand and a turning left hook there from
He showcased his sharp boxing, trading punches with the Frenchman in a fiery exchange that had the crowd glued to the action.
Hamesh, the jab to it, full extension from the Frenchman. Left hook to a right hook from Rodtang, the tank. Step through knee, Hamesh, nice dump there.
At the end of the bout, the judges delivered their verdict, granting the victory to the Ironman with clear conviction.
Look at the honor.
Red corner, Rodtang Jitmuangnon.
It was a close one, and it goes to the tank. And once again, the martial arts honor.
Just weeks after his last battle, Rodtang was back in action, this time facing Cambodian contender Sukthai. Rodtang marched forward with trademark aggression. He chopped at Sukthai's legs with punishing low kicks, setting the tone early and reminding everyone why he's one of the most feared pressure fighters in the game.
A nod of respect. Left, right, followed up by kicks. This is exhibition stuff from the Thai athlete. Leg kicks. Left hand, and down goes Sukthai.
After a relentless barrage of low kicks, the Cambodian contender's legs finally gave out, collapsing under him as he hit the mat. It was another dominant performance, securing a decisive win for the Ironman. Riding the momentum of a dominant win streak, the Ironman earned his long-awaited chance at glory, the one flyweight Muay Thai world title. Standing in his way was the General Jonathan Haggerty of England, widely regarded as one of the finest British Muay Thai talents of his generation. As the bell rang, the General immediately claimed the center of the ring, showcasing his technical prowess and attempting to assert his dominance.
The foot drives it into the midsection of the opponent.
With sharp footwork and well-timed push kicks, he worked to keep Rodtang at a distance.
When we spoke to Haggerty yesterday, we said, what were you most looking at? I can't wait to front kick it. And he's done plenty of that so far with 45 seconds.
The General snapped a sharp kick towards the Ironman's head, but Rodtang brushed it off like a passing breeze. As the round wore on, he cranked up the pressure, step by step reclaiming the center of the ring. With crisp combinations and unrelenting aggression, Rodtang put on a masterclass, making it clear who was in charge. The Ironman slammed a ruthless liver shot that stole the air right from the General's lungs, leaving him moments of pure agony. The Ironman pounced, stalking his wounded prey before unleashing a thunderous right hook that sent the General crashing to the canvas.
Right now, look at him coming forward, boom, with just a wild hooking combination, sends the champion crumbling to the mat as Rodtang starts to turn on the heat. Look at that right hand comes through the guard.
As the round wore on, Rodtang showed no mercy, dishing out his signature brand of punishment, breaking the General down shot by shot with that trademark Ironman fury. At just 22 years old, Rodtang sealed a dominant, unanimous decision victory, crowning himself the one flyweight Muay Thai world champion and etching his name into the history books.
Rodtang
2019 saw one of the most anticipated battles of the year as the reigning flyweight champion Ironman faced off against Brazil's fierce contender Walter Gonçalves. Gonçalves, known for his explosive speed and unmatched agility in the flyweight division, had been on a tear through the competition, earning his chance to challenge Ironman for the belt. The Brazilian landed the first blow, a perfectly timed head kick that stunned Ironman. Ironman stormed forward, delivering a relentless barrage of crushing strikes. Yet, in an unexpected twist, the Brazilian began circling and retreating with such smooth precision and evasive footwork, it was enough to make even Mayweather jealous. As the fight progressed, the Brazilian, now hesitant in exchanging blows, opted for a takedown instead. But the Ironman wasn't backing off. Rodtang continued his relentless pressure, refusing to slow down, and in the end, his unyielding assault secured him a win.
And still one flyweight Muay Thai world champion, Rodtang Jitmuangnon.
By 22, Rodtang was already a Muay Thai superstar. After defending his one title, he used his success to support his family, helping his father beat cancer and buying his parents a new home. He also gave back through charity, embraced Islam, and married his longtime girlfriend, starting a new chapter both inside and outside the ring. At the start of 2020, all eyes were on the most anticipated fight of the year. Jonathan Haggerty was stepping up for a rematch, challenging Rodtang for the belt. The excitement reached a fever pitch as the fight was set to take place on Thai soil, making it a true home ground battle for the champion. Right off the bat, Rodtang seized control of the center of the ring, unleashing a relentless barrage of strikes. With pinpoint accuracy, Rodtang zeroed in on his rival's fatal flaw, unleashing a crushing liver shot that turned out to be the General's Achilles heel. The General rose to his feet, squared up with Rodtang, and the two wasted no time trading heavy blows in a fierce back-and-forth exchange. The General caught Rodtang's leg and went for the sweep, but Rodtang leapt into the air like he was auditioning for an action movie.
Haggerty needs to get to that teep kick. Needs those elbows. Hooking punches from Rodtang. Haggerty calls him forward. That's usually what Rodtang does to opponents. Is he going to try and open up the ego now of Rodtang?
After sniffing out the General's Achilles heel, Rodtang turned into a one-man wrecking crew, unloading a barrage of body combos like he was tenderizing meat for a Bangkok barbecue. The General showed heart, clinching for survival, but the moment was short-lived. Rodtang's power sent him crashing to the canvas once again. The General wouldn't stay down, rising again, but Rodtang capitalized, sealing the deal with a brutal liver shot and finishing the fight under the 3-knockdown rule. Rodtang successfully defended his second title, solidifying his dominance in the division. Rodtang's next opponent is the formidable former bantam and featherweight champion Pechtam Pechindi, a fighter who handed Rodtang a loss 3 years back in Thailand. As always, the Ironman claimed the center ring, unloading a barrage of combos like a scene from an action movie, relentlessly punishing his opponent and giving him no room to breathe.
Can show Rodtang, or does Rodtang just have it figured out?
See, this style here where he starts to back up, he starts to put that jab out, he starts to throw that hand, but immediately Rodtang starts to jump all over him. He doesn't give him that space to breathe.
As the rounds progressed, Rodtang maintained unwavering intensity.
Of the martial arts world, both prevail tonight, and he just dumps Pechtam to the canvas like yesterday's garbage. Pechtam straight back to his feet, but here inside. Rocks the head back of Pet Dam. That was a beauty. Sweat just flew off his brow. Cracking round kick to the ribs there.
Ultimately, he secured his revenge with a decisive, dominant victory.
Champion, Rodtang Jitmuangnon.
In his next few bouts, Rodtang ventured into kickboxing, embracing the four-point striking system of punches and kicks. He faced off against Russian national champion Tagir Kalilov. True to form, Rodtang dominated, shrugging off strikes like they were nothing and flaunting his unbreakable Ironman chin and cruising to a clear-cut victory.
I love the showboating from Rodtang, but keep in mind, those are punches landing.
A few months later, Rodtang faced off against British Muay Thai standout Jacob Smith in an electrifying clash. The Ironman exploded into action, firing off a relentless torrent of brutal combos, hammering Smith with unyielding blows and pinning him in the corner. After landing a series of crushing strikes, the Ironman turned up the heat, transforming into a Muay Thai Picasso, painting damage with every shot. A relentless flurry of vicious elbows carved through as the finishing touch, locking in another dominant win.
Jitmuangnon.
Tremendous to see.
In his next fight, Rodtang turned his attention to a new challenger, Italian strawweight champ and five-time Muay Thai world title holder, Joseph Lassiri. One division below, but full of fire, Lassiri came in swinging for the crown in a gutsy move up in weight. As the bell rang, the Ironman charged like a raging bull, barely giving fans time to touch their popcorn, unleashing a non-stop storm of strikes.
He missed the right hand, but the body shot was there. See? Right there. Again.
Rodtang marches forward, willingly absorbing punches like they're appetizers, taunting his opponent to engage in a firefight, all while turning pain into pleasure. His adversary is barely hanging on, overwhelmed and out of answers, desperate to escape, wanting no part of the storm Rodtang brings.
Rodtang says, come on, that's all you can do? Rodtang putting on a show here in the final round.
Joseph Lassiri's got to be careful here. He's still doing well. He's still got on the back foot. He's not taking a lot of damage.
The scouting report on Rodtang and why he's such a bad man.
Rodtang made his title defense look effortless. Once again, Rodtang steps up to defend his title, this time against a fierce contender from Mexico, the warrior Edgar Tabarez. The Ironman dials up the intensity, firing off rapid combos to probe the Mexican defenses. Tabarez fires back, launching a slick setup, a front kick to the body followed by a spinning elbow, but Rodtang shrugs it off like it's just a breeze. Mexican clung to the clinch for dear life, fending off Rodtang's relentless barrage while tossing out leg kicks to hold the beast at bay. He tried his old trick, front kick to spinning elbow, but Rodtang read it like a book, countering with a vicious elbow of his own that sent the Mexican packing back to tackle land. The Ironman successfully defended his belt for the fifth time.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Tabarez, can he somehow recover and get up?
Rodtang's next challenge took place at the legendary Lupanese Stadium for a high-stakes catchweight superfight against fellow Thai superstar Superlek, the feared kicking machine and reigning featherweight kickboxing champion. Known for his razor-sharp technique and punishing elbows, Superlek is considered one of the finest Muay Thai technicians of his generation. It was a battle between raw aggression and clinical precision, the Ironman against the machine. When the bell sounded, both champs traded shots, probing each other's defenses in a tense standoff. The Ironman struck first, landing a perfectly timed elbow that sliced open Superlek's forehead, sending blood trickling down the kicking machine's face.
Looking to step in. That was the first one that did the damage. Opened up the cut. Counter right elbow there from Superlek. But Rodtang was always there for the counter right elbow.
As the second round kicked off, both warriors charged into the storm. The Iron Man hunted down his bloodied target with merciless intent, but the kicking machine wasn't going quietly. He cracked back with a slicing elbow and tossed in a sneaky flying kick to keep the fire burning. Momentum shifted in a heartbeat as the kicking machine fired back with a savage burst of combos, catching the Iron Man clean and dropping him on the canvas in a jaw-dropping twist. In the final round, both warriors emptied the tank, turning Lumpini Stadium into a roaring madhouse as fans exploded with every strike. When the final bell rang, the kicking machine stood victorious, handing the Iron Man his first defeat in one championship. Following his setback, the Iron Man wasted no time, diving into a kickboxing clash against the hard-hitting Bosnian-Canadian brawler, Denis Puric. The bell barely echoed before both fighters went to war. Rodtang lit up the ring with sharp combos and slick head movement, dodging punches like a showman on a mission. As the round wore on, both warriors ate shots like snacks, trading bombs with zero hesitation, each daring the other to blink first in a battle of iron chins, and when the dust settled, the Iron Man emerged triumphant, securing a unanimous decision victory. A few months later, Rodtang faced Jacob Smith in a non-title rematch. But after missing weight, Rodtang was stripped of his one flyweight Muay Thai championship belt. As always, Rodtang seized control, dominating the fight with a relentless barrage of combos. The Brit, unfazed, stuck out his tongue, taunting the Iron Man to crank up the fury. Rodtang was unfazed. He served up a sharp elbow, carving a cut over the Brit's right eye like a chef preparing the main course, then doubled down with more elbows just to spice things up. By the final bell, the Iron Man had sealed a decisive victory, leaving no doubt who ruled the ring. March 2025. Rodtang touched down in Japan for a blockbuster kickboxing clash against Takeru Sagawa, the 3-Division K1 champion.
気持ちを落ち着かせるのがまた大変になっちゃうっていう สำหรับทาเครุนะครับตั้งแต่เข้าวันมาก็เรียกหาผมนะครับก็เหมือนจะเบื่อแล้วเนี่ยเบื่อการแถลงข่าวเฉยๆเพราะว่า
Takeru Sagawa is a fearsome adversary, packing knockout power and revered as a Japanese icon with a wealth of battles under his belt. Widely regarded as a once-in-a-generation talent. Rodtang stormed the center of the ring, both fighters locked in with laser focus, trading sharp leg kicks as they tested each other's defenses.
As the heartbeat rings out around the Saitama Super Arena.
After some early exchanges, Rodtang dialed up the pressure with slick boxing combos, putting the samurai's chin to the test while slipping counters with the swagger of a seasoned champ. Rodtang cooked up a combo faster than a ramen chef on overtime, storming in to trap the samurai on the ropes.
Takeru, can he answer the count? Issued by Olivier Cost. One big shot sends Takeru crashing to the canvas.
With a flurry of crushing left hooks, he sent him tumbling to the canvas like he was dive-bombing into a sushi roll for a nap.
Right here, he just is a fraction of a step ahead on both of those punches. You could see that Rodtang was just a step, just a slight beat ahead. They embrace Rich, walk us through this. Rodtang's walking him down, Ketters waiting to throw, and then right here, he just is a fraction of a step ahead on both of those. You could see that Rodtang was just a step, just a slight beat ahead right now. Rodtang's talk about Rodtang making weight this time, not messing around. He was actually training through Ramadan.
Rodtang has cemented his place in both Muay Thai and kickboxing history, making his mark as a true force of nature. With the highest peaks in the fight world already conquered, he's ready to steamroll any challenger in his path and take back his title with relentless determination. If this action-packed thrill ride got your blood pumping, unleash a Muay Thai combo on that like button. Jab it, elbow it, kick it. Hit subscribe for more epic combat sports sagas, and drop some love to keep the fight tales coming.